Morgan. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hey, Joey. Hi. Hi. On the beach. Joey? Yeah? How are you? Please be quiet. Better. Moises. Hi. Moises. Said that.
What you showed me, remember? Somebody's dog is upset. My sweater is a green screen.
No, just
looks like you guys are enjoying your vacation.
Why is it so cold outside today? It was like 71 degrees.
I know.
Yeah, it was so warm yesterday.
Aren't we lucky that it was nice on the weekend?
And it had to drop so low.
Yeah, it's chilly.
My hands are literally like so cold.
I was like, very
Mommy, I want to go inside.
Adam? Honey, I need you to give me the phone for a minute.
There's quite some people actually. Okay, Mom.
Okay, well,
But just like
we're missing a few folks. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm going to mute you. And we're just going to review. Hello, I'm happy to see you all. Very happy to see you, and I hope you had a great weekend. But we need to circle back to some basic manners and common courtesies. So I don't feel I should really have to say this out loud, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. If you are having a digestive problem that is going to require burping or any other sort of noise, I will ask you to go ahead and mute yourself or step away the same way that you would in the classroom. You might have to step into the restroom for a moment and take care of that. I'll ask you to do the same when we're on virtually with each other, because your digestive sounds are not the sort of thing we want everybody in their homes to be listening to. I don't think I have to say any more about that. I have a request here from Addie. Addie, do you want me to make the announcement, or would you like to make the announcement? Okay, hold on. We're really having a problem here. Okay, go ahead, Addie.
Just a reminder that knitting club is tomorrow at 3:30 to 4.
Awesome, great. How many people did you get last week, I wonder?
I'm pretty sure we got 11 or 12.
Ooh, that's a good turnout. Okay, so Tuesdays, that's tomorrow at 3:30. Cool. Great, and then thank you, Addie. I had a couple of other reminders real quick. I was busy this morning scheduling lessons for tomorrow and for Wednesday. Every single one of you is invited to a lesson, either tomorrow or Wednesday. A couple of you might be on both. So please make sure please make sure that you are checking the email that you signed up to Google Classroom with. That is where you're going to receive the notifications about these lessons and the links. You can also use the Google Classroom calendar. I'm trying to put them there as well. I have to be a little bit careful about which things I put on the calendar because you're going to want to make sure that you don't click on something in the calendar unless it's a lesson you were actually included in, just to avoid confusion. So please make sure that you have checked Google Classroom for lessons. Every one of you has been invited to a lesson either tomorrow or Wednesday. And the other thing I wanted to let you know about is that I have uploaded a presentation, again, another wonderful presentation made by Miss Circe about the Maya civilization. I had promised this to you after we talked about the Olmecs, that the next group we would talk about were the Mayas. And that presentation is on Google Classroom for you now. So you can go find it starting today and read through it and be ready for a discussion that is going to happen on Friday. So Google Classroom will also give you the invitation for that discussion. So those are my updates for you. Also, who has downloaded their daily math for today? Yeah, what did you think of that daily math today? It's a little different, huh? Yeah, was it okay? Sama, what did you think of it? I can't unmute you.
I think it was kind of weird because I had to like that or that.
You had to make circles, right?
Yeah, I had to make
Yeah.
circles.
So the only thing I wasn't sure about was whether everybody had a compass at home. So hopefully you did not have a compass. Well, that would make it a little difficult to do without a compass, but you can try, just draw the circles as best you can. Okay, well, I'll try to throw those in every now and then because those are fun. Those are from our favorite, This Is Not a Math Book. So that's where I get those fun, this was the 3rd grade one, right? So I won't do those every day. Yeah, Addie made a bookmark. If you guys look at Addie, she used her daily math to make a bookmark today. Yeah. Great. So that was a hit. Adam, Rana, you went to see the Bald Eagles this weekend, huh?
I just went today. I went to
today. Oh, wait, you're there. Are you there now, or is that a picture?
It's just a picture. I went to it today.
Uh-huh.
And I also went to this place where there were tulips.
Did you are they still up, or are they starting to droop a little?
Some of them are drooping. Yeah.
So you're really close to my house when you're there, Adam. I live right near there. So the Bald Eagles are at the Moose Heart. I don't know if you guys know about Moose Heart. At Route 31 and what is the name of that street?
I think the eagle has
Orchard.
I think the eagle has some eggs because it was sitting down. I saw it sitting down.
Yeah, I'm really glad to hear that they're doing well. I hadn't been over there in a little while. So if anybody else wants that information, I think it's all on Facebook right now, where to find the eagle nest. You can come and see those guys anytime. They've been there for years and years. They've had a nest there. Yes, Sama.
Close to my dad's work, he saw a big eagle nest, and he showed us the picture.
Uh-huh.
So we saw, I saw So I saw one eagle flew over our house,
Ooh,
and I also saw it stand on our roof. I mean,
wow.
my
My
neighbor's
goodness. Okay.
very closely.
Yeah, no, I see them around here a lot. I saw one maybe just a couple weeks ago when I forget where I was going. Anyway, okay, back to our book. So we are coming back to yours truly, yours sincerely, Giraffe. And if you recall, Giraffe was lonely and had wanted someone to talk to.
A friend.
Yep, and had decided to get a pen pal. And
It went
so
to
he
Penguin.
has, okay, so I'm trying to mute everybody. Somebody is still not muted. And I can't figure out who it is. Okay. So now we're about to hear about Penguin's reply. Remember that the pelican has brought the reply back to Giraffe, but he hasn't had a chance to read it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Day came to the savannah, but Giraffe still did not read the letter, even though he had been waiting so eagerly, even though he had wished all night for morning to come. Not yet, he said to himself, not yet, just a little longer. It seemed such a waste to open the letter now. He was so happy just to have it. He wanted to relish that feeling for as long as he could. Just then, he heard a rustling sound. He looked around, and there was Pelican hiding in the shadow of the leaves, except that only his head was hidden. Oh, it's you, Pelican. What are you doing here? It's nothing. Well, I was just wondering what the letter said. Giraffe had forgotten that he wasn't the only one who was bored. Pelican was bored too. It was time to read that letter. Pelican, he said, I was just about to open it. Let's read it together. Really? I mean, I was thinking of taking the day off anyway, so if you want me to stay and read it with you, I guess I could. Actually, Giraffe was Pelican's only customer so far, but he didn't say that. When Giraffe finally opened the letter, his heart was pounding and his knees were trembling, and so were Pelican's. Dear Giraffe, I am Penguin. I live at Whale Point. When I read your letter, I learned for the first time that there is such a thing as a neck. I think maybe I don't have a neck. Or maybe I am all neck. Yours sincerely, Penguin at Whale Point. Giraffe tilted his head to one side atop his own very long neck. What on earth could Penguin mean? How could there be a body with no neck? Or a body that was all neck? Aha! That's it! Pelican shouted. His name is Penguin! Not being able to remember the name had really been bugging him. Okay, I really can't figure out who's not muted. I don't know who. Can everybody just check that they have muted themselves, please? Thanks. Huh. Pelican, Giraffe said suddenly, I know you were going to take the day off, but could you do that some other day? I want you to deliver another letter for me. I'll write it right now. Pelican's eyes grew round. You what? He was going to say no. After all, he had only come back yesterday from the other side of the horizon. But then he remembered all those tasty fish. And one other thing crossed his mind. The hard-working delivery seal. The next thing he knew, he was saying, of course, Whale Point, right? Giraffe and penguin become pen pals. Even after sending his reply, Penguin could not stop thinking about Giraffe's letter. What on earth was a neck? And did he have one? He was still wondering when Seal arrived with another letter from Giraffe. Dear Penguin, thank you for your letter. I want to know more about you. Please tell me, for example, what do you look like? And that sort of thing. Yours sincerely, Giraffe. What do I look like? Penguin asked the professor when they met for school that day. Oh, you're mostly black and white. That's what I thought, Penguin said. Then he disappeared. A moment later, he returned with the bucket. Clankety clank, clankety clank. And then he climbed inside. Professor, he asked, am I still black and white? Yes, you are the same, black and white. Thank you, sir, Penguin said with a big grin. Dear Giraffe, thank you for your letter. You asked what I look like, but looking is a very odd thing. At the moment, I live on Whale Point, which is surrounded by sea, just like my home on Penguin Island. In the daytime, when the sun shines, the sea looks blue, but in the morning and the evening, it looks completely different. And at night, it's different again. And that's not all. No matter whether the sea looks blue or green or orange, when I scoop up a bucketful, the water becomes transparent. Isn't that strange? Perhaps it isn't looking that strange, but the sea itself. Or maybe it's the bucket. But you asked what I look like. I think that I am mostly black and white. Even when I climbed into a bucket, my feathers did not change. So I think that must be right. Yours sincerely, Penguin at Whale Point. P.S. I think you and I would get along. I'm looking forward to your next letter. So why did Penguin say, I still look black and white even when I'm in the bucket? Why do you think he got in the bucket?
Because
Alina?
Because it's darker in the bucket, and like the sea, the sea changes color, so I think that he might change color if he's in a dark bucket.
So he noticed that when the sea, he looks out over the sea and it looks blue, but he scoops up a little bit of it into a bucket, it doesn't look blue anymore. Now it looks transparent or clear. So he's thinking maybe the bucket makes it change color. So he got in the bucket to see if he would change color. So he's thinking about it like a scientist. He just needs a little more information. Giraffe and Pelican read the letter together. Pelican, said Giraffe when they had finished, I still wonder what on earth Penguin looks like. I could go find out, Pelican suggested. Whale Sea did not seem so far away now, and he wanted to see Whale Point. Pelican had never been there because Seal took care of delivering all the letters once they reached Whale Sea. Giraffe looked tempted for a moment, but then he shook his head. No, don't do that. It's more fun imagining. I'm going to keep writing to Penguin and see if I can dress up to look like him. Will you help me? You're going to try to look like Penguin? That's a crazy idea. They both burst out laughing. And that is how the once bored Giraffe became pen pals with Penguin. Dear Penguin, it is so much fun trying to imagine what you look like when I have never met you. I'm going to see if I can make myself a penguin costume. And if it works, I want to come and meet you. So please tell me more about yourself. Yours sincerely, Giraffe, who is trying to look like you. On Whale Point, The professor and Penguin had begun to look forward to Giraffe's letters too. Professor, Giraffe says he wants to dress up to look like me. You know, I've lived a long time, the professor said, but I've never heard of anything like this before. He perked up at the very thought of it. Dear Giraffe, who is trying to look like Penguin, I'm very good at swimming in the sea. I have a beak. I use it to catch fish. I can't wait to meet you. Yours sincerely, Penguin at Whale Point. Dear Penguin, my friend Pelican also has a beak. He loves fish too. His name sounds like yours, so maybe he also looks like you. Can you fly through the sky? Yours sincerely, Giraffe, who is trying to look like Penguin. Pelican was becoming a hard worker just like Seal. Of course, this was partly because the fish in Whale Sea were so delicious, but it was also because Pelican was having so much fun delivering Giraffe's letters. He was also learning more about Seal, Seal's father and his grandfather, and his grandfather's father, and the father of his grandfather's father, and the father of the father of his grandfather's father had all been in charge of the mail for Whale Sea. In fact, Seal was the 10th generation delivery seal in his family. Wow, 10 generations, Pelican exclaimed. That's amazing. So once again, Pelican puffed up his chest, flapped his wings, and flew toward the other side of the horizon. Dear Giraffe, who is trying to look like Penguin, I am afraid that I can't fly through the sky. I do have wings, but they are very small. Yours sincerely, Penguin at Whale Point. He has wings, but they're very small. Maybe they're just for decoration. What do you think, Pelican? Pelican was trying to figure out what Penguin looked like too. He said he's good at swimming, right? But he can't fly. I wonder if he can walk. Dear Penguin, what do you do when you're not swimming? Do you sit? And can you walk? Pelican wants to know. Yours sincerely, Giraffe. And then Giraffe has signed this one with a little map of Africa. And then the response comes back from Penguin with a little map of Antarctica with the South Pole. Dear Giraffe, when I'm not swimming, I stand up. I have 2 legs, but they are very short. I am quite good at walking. Yours sincerely, Penguin at Whale Point. My goodness, he has 2 short legs just like you, Pelican. Their laughter drifted on the soft breeze. By this time, Pelican had begun to spend all his free time with Giraffe. Why don't we try drawing a picture of him, he suggested. That's a great idea. They read all of Penguin's letters over again. Giraffe tilted his head. Pelican, what do you think he means when he says he has no neck? Or that maybe he is all neck? Just then a snake slithered by. Giraffe, look at that, Pelican said. You can't really tell if Snake has a neck or not, can you? He looks like he doesn't have one, but then again, he looks like he is all neck. Maybe Penguin looks like him. I bet you're right, Giraffe said. Giraffe drew a picture of a snake with a beak and 2 wings standing on 2 short legs. That looks very odd, he said. Well, you look pretty odd yourself now that I think about it, Pelican said. He stared at Giraffe's long neck for some time. Then he said, I bet Penguin means that he can't tell where his neck begins or ends, like Snake. Pelican drew a long, straight body and added a beak, 2 wings, and 2 legs. Oh, I see. Yes, that looks better. And he says he's black and white. So they tried making the body black on one side and white on the other, then black on top and white on the bottom. And then they added some polka dots to see how that looked. Just then, Zebra walked by. Giraffe, look, Pelican said. Black and white, they both shouted. And so their picture of Penguin was done. Now Giraffe was ready to dress up like his pal. Giraffe dresses up like Penguin. Dressing Giraffe up to look like the picture was going to be much harder than drawing it. For starters, Penguin had only 2 legs, but Giraffe had 4. Pelican, I've got 2 extra legs. What should I do? That's going to be a problem, all right, Pelican said. Maybe we should cover your whole body with something, but I wonder what we could use. Pelican looked Giraffe up and down, then down and up. Wait a minute, I know, and I think I know where I can find some. And away he flew. Find some what? Where? Giraffe wondered. A little while later, Pelican returned carrying something white. What's that? Giraffe asked, gazing up into the sky. Pelican let the white thing fall. It spread open in the air and floated down on the grass. It's cloth, Pelican said. I thought this piece would be big enough to cover all of you. It looks like it's just the right size. He wiped the sweat from his forehead. Where did you get it? From Stork. It's for carrying babies. Okay, now I have to explain that. Has anybody ever heard the story that babies come and are delivered by a stork, which is a big bird, kind of like a crane? So it used to be a story people told that when a new baby came to a household, it was delivered by a stork. You've probably seen it in a cartoon maybe. And the stork flies through the sky with the cloth in its bill and the baby resting in the cloth, and that's how they drop the baby off at your house. So Pelican says he got the cloth from Stork. It's for carrying babies. She was really busy as usual, but she said she never uses this one. Somehow I doubt she'll ever have to carry a baby this big, and she was happy to give it to us. The soft cloth fit Giraffe perfectly. He sat wrapped up in it for some time, fondly thinking of his mother. In the meantime, Pelican made a beak and feet just like his, and 2 little wings. Then he painted the cloth with black stripes, just like zebras. Finally, he was finished. Hooray, we're done. Now you look exactly like Penguin. Dear Penguin, we did it. Now I look just like you, so I'm coming to see you dressed up as you. I can hardly wait. Yours sincerely, Giraffe. As usual, Pelican delivered the letter Special Express. Penguin was thrilled. He had invited his girlfriend and his parents and all his friends from his hometown to come. They were going to meet a giraffe for the very first time in their lives, and not just any old giraffe. They were going to meet a giraffe dressed up to look like Penguin. They made a huge welcome banner. Giraffe who looks like Penguin, welcome to Whale Point. It seems like they could have had a shorter welcome banner, but it took a long time to make. Everyone at Whale Point was busy getting ready to welcome Giraffe. This is so much fun. I've never seen a giraffe before. They were very excited. Looking back over his long life, Professor Whale said, well, this was worth waiting for all these years. Meanwhile, Giraffe and Pelican set off for Whale Point. The horizon is so far away. I told you so. Giraffe was bursting with gratitude. Thank you, Pelican. No, not at all. I should really thank you because you were once a bored giraffe. I am no longer a bored pelican. And because we were bored, now we are friends. That's right. Which means that being bored is not all bad. A warm, happy feeling filled their hearts. At last, Whale Point came into sight. Face to face at last. Any minute now, Pelican and Giraffe would arrive. Everyone at Whale Point stared at the horizon, their hearts beating with excitement. Something was coming. A raft pulled by Seal with somebody on it. The closer it came, the more clearly they could see. Do you think that's him? Someone said. No, it can't be, another said. I mean, he doesn't look like Penguin at all. They had planned to welcome Giraffe with a great round of applause, but instead they stood frozen to the spot. Penguin and Giraffe looked at each other. Their eyes met. Giraffe had prepared a little speech, but now he could not say a word. There was a long, awkward silence. He looks just like Penguin, you guys.
Yes.
Perfect. Swoosh! Suddenly, the professor sent an extraordinarily magnificent spout into the air. Remember, the professor is the whale. Everyone gasped. Then they all began to clap and cheer at the spectacular display. The applause got louder and louder, and soon they were all shouting, "Welcome, Giraffe who looks like Penguin!" Penguin dived into the sea and swam straight over to Giraffe, who did not look the least bit like Penguin. He jumped onto the raft and gave him a big hug. "Thank you so much," he said. "I'm so happy to see you." Giraffe smiled, embarrassed. "I'm sorry. I don't look anything like you, do I?" They looked at each other, and then they burst out laughing. And once they had started, they just could not stop. They had never felt happier. So the penguins over here, Professor Whale over here, and then here's Penguin and Giraffe greeting each other. What happened next? What happened next, you ask? Well, Giraffe, who tried to look like Penguin, and Penguin, whom Giraffe tried to look like, became the very best of friends. And of course, Penguin and Pelican did too. Oh yes, and Pelican and Seal as well. As for Professor Whale, after that last extraordinary spout, he found that he had totally run out of puff. "Time for me to retire," he said. "There's nothing more to teach you, Penguin. You should go back home and become a teacher yourself." Although Penguin was sad to say goodbye, he decided to do just what the professor suggested. After all, it had always been his dream to go back to his island and build a school. It's got a little graduation cap on. It was about time for him to get married, too, he thought. Seal and Pelican now work as a team, delivering mail by sea and air. They're going to be very busy delivering all the invitations for Penguin's wedding. Of course, Giraffe is no longer bored. But what about the professor? Now that he's retired, won't he get bored, you ask? Not at all. He's busy every day writing letters. "Dear you, whoever you are, Who lives on the other side of the horizon? I am Whale. I live at Whale Point. My body is almost all head. That's why I'm so smart, people say. Please tell me all about yourself. Yours sincerely, Whale at Whale Point. Who knows? Maybe that very letter is on its way to your place right now. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, we are done. That was a quick one. Yours sincerely, Giraffe. This author has another book about the whale. It carries on with the story of the whale. I can't remember the title right now. It has something, it looks just like this one, but it's blue, and it starts with Professor Whale. Okay, well, any questions before I let you go? Sama. I don't know, my buttons don't work. There you go.
For some reason, my screen's clear. Why is it so blurry? Like,
I'm not sure. You might need to just,
wipe the screen.
yeah, maybe you need to talk to mom and dad and have it wiped off, because it does look a little fuzzy compared to the others I'm looking at. So maybe you just need to wipe it off.
Okay.
Okay. I can still see you, but you look like you're in a dream. Okay, Danny.
What is going to be the next book that we're going to read?
Well, that's a great question. You guys gave me a long list of requests. I had some requests left over from the suggestion box back at school. So I'm going to look today and see what books I can get, if I have them in my house or if I need to download them. So I'm going to be working on that this afternoon. I will have to announce it tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay? It'll have to be a cliffhanger. Leo.
Why was Penguin about to go to school?
Yeah, Penguin was studying with Professor Whale, but he graduated. So now he's going to go start his own school. Would you like to go to a penguin school?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. That would be fun. Okay. I think that's about it. I'll see you guys. I'll see a couple of you this afternoon. I have meetings scheduled with a couple people, and yes, and other than that, I will see many of you for lessons tomorrow. So make sure you have checked Google Classroom for the time of your lessons, please. Okay, guys? All right, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll unmute you so you can say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Hi,
Okay,
everybody.
guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.